Upgrades. This weapon comes with a full suite of built-in upgrades for damage, rate of fire, and reload speed, as well as an integral laser sight and a gold surface finish. Mustang AdTech Limited. Awesome. Very awesome. Let's go ahead and read our new emails, shall we? Something with Silver from Omega to Peter Burke. This conversation was automatically saved. Silver, Burke, I need a favor. The mighty tyrant needs something. Say it ain't so. This is serious. My team has had some setbacks. Setbacks? Casualties. This wouldn't have anything to do with those 5 scientists, would it? It's classified. But let's just say one of them has an attachment problem, and that problem has a hero complex. What, like an ex-boyfriend? Something like that. You gotta be kidding. I never kid. So, what do you want? Dossiers on some of your best men. The ranch might be vulnerable, and I need reinforcements. I'll have Nicole forward you something. Expect it when the interlude sails. Thanks. Take a read from James Mandabar. Something you might find interesting came across my desk this morning. A report from one of the technicians working on Hydra's nerve extension. Apparently your men, or more specifically the volunteers, have coined a new term to describe the post-release blackouts they're experiencing. Mind crash. To quote test subject 2829, when you're plugged in, everything is cold. Your skin feels tight, your muscles are stiff, and your bones feel like glass. But you're not really aware of this, right? Because the machine is telling you otherwise. It's telling you you're somewhere else, experiencing something else. But your body knows. It knows something isn't right, and it remembers. Like the real you is still awake, even though you're dreaming. When they turn it off and you start disconnecting, it's like the fake you and the real you crash together. 1 minute you're warm, alive, then all of a sudden it's like you fell through ice and you're dying. Sucks the air right out of you, like a bomb going off in your head. Your brain locks up and boom, a flash. Then nothing, just darkness. You know those blue screens of death on a computer? Yeah, it's like that. Except it's in your mind that's crashing. Spooky shit, man. I ain't going back into that thing. I think these mind crashes deserve some more looking into. If we can diminish the likelihood of them occurring or eliminate the possibility altogether, it would go a long way towards retaining volunteers. As it stands, the cost of outfitting non-OCM candidates with Hydratech in order to simply test the integration of nerve simulators with your Spec Ops training regime is proving quite prohibitive. J. Congratulations from Helix 1. Peter, I know my brother already spoke to you personally, but congratulations on your recent promotion. The board was more than happy to recognize your recent accomplishments, especially considering how successful the Hydra program has proven in Australia. You've certainly exemplified the kind of uncompromising lateral thinking approach to progress that Bell Tower prides itself upon. In light of that, stay the course, my friend. I know you're under a lot of pressure, but just remember that the OCM project represents, or what the OCM project represents for us, for our partners, and for the world. Remember as well, your efforts will always be properly rewarded. Andrew St. John Folks. The President, Co-Manager, Director, History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Wow, that guy's full of himself. Alright, auto support to Peter Burke. Dear Commander Peter Burke, a request that you raised has been resolved. 6683 resolved a new safe, new hardware, material, wall safe, complete base unit. The details of the resolution are below. Sir, we finished the installation of your new safe in the previous specified location, including the appropriate cover. Please let us know if there are any problems with the opening trigger or the frame sliding mechanism, or if you are in some other way unable to access the contents. SPC Julian Barbary. That's cool. And that's apparently the end of that. Alright. Got any ebooks? No, we do not. Let's put that away. I don't want to shoot that currently. Can I reload it? I cannot. It is completely full, apparently. Nice stopworm there. Oh, hello. Thought I saw an ebook somewhere. Let's get drunk and read it. Seems like a wise course of action, right? Yes, that's what it says. Okay, let's check it out. A coalition for liberty, the UN's responsibility to the world. In an age that has seen the rise of terrorism as a means of geopolitical change, an age where no one nation can truly be called upon to shoulder the burden of security and law enforcement, one must dare to consider that the time has come for the United Nations to step up and accept this responsibility. A force unbound by borders or the whims of governments and corporate interests is needed in this uncertain time, in the wake of ongoing atrocities perpetrated by fanatics and criminals. The need for such an organization cannot be denied. It is proposed that the UN commence a series of evaluation studies to consider with great seriousness the future creation of a new transnational anti-terror force. The freedoms we take for granted are under siege, and without guardians of liberty, they may be lost. Ugh. Drunk as friggin' hell right now. Where am I going? Okay, it's clearing up. Adam has a high tolerance for alcohol, apparently. He can drink an entire bottle of whiskey and somehow manage to recover immediately afterwards. Apparently they haven't seen a damn thing. Good for them. I don't need a machine pistol. That is completely useless. I already have that, I think. I do not have this. Ah, Keitner, huh? Let's grab Keitner's stuff. Looks like I can just go through here. Probably the easiest way to do it.
Access granted.
Thank you. Alright, let's see what we got going. Lieutenant Commander Keitner. Are you familiar with the term irregular warfare? You must be, based on your background. But in case you've forgotten, allow me to paraphrase. Irregular warfare is a violent struggle among state and non-state actors for legitimacy and influence over the relevant populations. It favors indirect and asymmetric approaches, though it may employ the full range of military and other capacities in order to erode an adversary's power, influence, and will. Now, according to your profile, you yourself spent more than a decade fighting insurgents and Palestinian forces with the IDF before you were summarily dismissed. How should we call it? Less than patriotic opinions? So, how is it that someone who fought and bled for a country embroiled in a century-old conflict, can still fail to appreciate the necessary precautions required to safeguard innocent lives from non-state actors, aka terrorists. These people sold their rights to the moment they took up arms and continued to hide behind their civilian clothing, rather than don the responsibility and legitimacy of a uniform. They chose ambiguity and deception. This is the consequence. Now please refrain from harassing myself or my men any further. We've already spoken in person, so consider this your second and formal written warning. You have your responsibilities and I have mine. See to your own as I see to mine, and we will get along just fine. Commander Peter Burke. E. Hyde, apparently. To Netanya Keitner. Your concerns have been noted, and they will be brought forth at the next Board of Directors meeting. For the time being, I must remind you that unlike most private militaries, we follow a chain of command here at Bell Tower. That is why we have rank and hierarchical positions, or policies. This decorum of professional discipline and integrity is what legitimizes Bell Tower in the eyes of our clients, and it is not just for show. While we recognize and appreciate your willingness to uphold the ideals of Bell Tower, your inquiries into the affairs of a superior are quite unbecoming. And I stress the importance of protocol. For the time being, please refrain from any further investigations into matters outside of your jurisdiction. Mr. Burke and Special Operations as a whole fall under classified intelligence, and as such remain off limits to anyone without appropriate clearance. Failure to adhere to these restrictions can and will result in immediate disciplinary actions. Edward Hyde. Logan Hunt. Sir, I've observed some of Burke's men unloading and moving pods directly through loading bay 3 into the detention camp. I spoke to Higgins, who was on transfer duty, and he told me when he asked for clearance papers, they basically told him to go fuck himself and mind his own business. Here's the kicker. We did a database search on the pod ID numbers that went through and nothing turned up. Someone wiped them clean out of the system. Higgins says they were all females, so those Jane Does just become Jane Gonzos. What do you want us to do? From Hank Blake. This conversation was automatically saved. Am I reading this right? You want me to resign Warrior, Foxhound, India, Hunter, Takedown, and Lima companies off their regular patrols and into temporary standby? That is correct. If you don't mind me asking, why? Mr. Blake, I do mind. You have your orders, please follow them. This wouldn't happen to have anything to do with the prisoner on the boat, would it? No, and even if it did, his presence should no longer concern you. Now you will do as instructed, or I will find someone who doesn't question my every order and carries out their duties. Yes, sir. One more thing. The next time Burke asks you to do something, I want you to inform me of it before you do anything. Got it? Understood. Thank you. Alright, let's see here. Bell Tower Way, company history. In the 1990s, decorated officer Roger St. John Fawkes left the British Army and became a strategic consultant for a UK-based private military contractor, a PMC. What he learned there encouraged him to strike out on his own, calling in favors from contacts gleaned from years in the Army. St. John Fawkes set up the Bell Tower UK, the precursor to the Bell Tower Group plc. His personal ethos informed everything about the company's operations and corporate policy, and Bell Tower became known for its refusal to engage in contracts of an ethically challenged nature. Bullshit. At the first Bell Tower operated At first, Bell Tower operated in minor conflict hotspots, handling low-level corporate security, kidnap and retrieval, and close protection details. By the early 2000s, the company had expanded its operations and grown into Bell Tower Associates. An umbrella entity, the Bell Tower Group now included subdivisions such as Bell Tower Maritime Security, Bell Tower Alpha, Hackwall Data Protection Services, and Sky Secure Aviation. Nice and quiet. I'm just gonna say that over and over again. 'Cause that's how I patrol. Alright, this guy is definitely close, so I don't want to open the door just yet. Okay.
Stop!
Whoops.
Move all position! Need backup!
Hi. Bitch. Aww.
Reloading! Cover!
Cover, huh? Aww. I was just gonna try and take down the hallway. I should have probably mowed them down with something heavier. Oh well. Okay, well, that turned out real well, right? I guess I'll try to be a little bit more sneaky this time around. I can't even see them on my radar now. I can only see this one guy here. And I know there's another one down this way. So what gives?
Shut up and listen. I thought I heard a noise.
Did you now? Fuck off. That's what happens when you screw with me. Making me die just because you turned around at the end of the hall? Well, I'm gonna punch you in the face and then I'm gonna drink your booze. What do you think about that, buddy? Huh? Huh? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, where the hell is the other guy at? I don't know. I know there's another one down there. I'm just not quite sure where he's at. Okay, I thought there was another one down here. No, he's on my radar. It's like around the corner there. There's no way I'm going to be able to get him if he's not going to move. I might be able to get him from Burke's office, though. Let's go try that out instead. Oh yeah, he is literally right in front of the door. Should be able to just open this and hit him, I think.
You hear anything?
Yeah, I heard something. You falling over. Oh, there's like a hole right there.
Fucking door.
I am glad that he didn't fall through that hole. And that guy is extremely bored, apparently. Because he keeps saying that he's bored. I'll take those. And this time, I will be a little less conspicuous. Let's see what we got going. Dude, we've already heard so many times. You don't need to say it over and over again. I think I'm just gonna nuke that. And then we'll go the rest of the way without nuking. Which may have been an unwise decision, but that's cool, you know? You're mine.
Access granted.
Gotcha. Alright. Let's see, is there any more keypads along this hallway? Doesn't look like it. I don't want to jump down there because it definitely looks like there's a guy down there. And if I end up jumping in his face, that's not going to end well for me at all. So I'll have to be careful about this instead. A little bit sneaky.